Hey everyone, it's Henry and welcome back to my channel. Things look a little bit weird up in here and you are absolutely right. Of course you're used to my usual YouTube display, but for the next 4 to 5 weeks I am visiting family, my partner's family here in the East Coast in New Perlican. So for the next 4 to 5 weeks this will be my setup. So I hope you guys like the little kitchen area. But today we are here to continue our LEGO Ninjago Dragon series. And today I'll be revealing to you the last dragon as part of this series. As you saw in my 2 previous videos, in my first video, I covered the Stormbringer. And in my video last week, I covered the Green Ninja's Mech Dragon. So today, I'll be going ahead to do a build and review, you already know, of the one and only Lightning Dragon Battle. Super excited for this one. Woo! But before we get into the actual video, if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. And if you haven't already, you already know, turn on the notification button down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. Please leave a comment and like my video. I would appreciate all the love. Thank you so much. But before we get into the build and review, let's just get right into the intro. Hit it. Alright, welcome back. So today we'll be going ahead and finalizing my LEGO Ninjago Dragon series by building and reviewing the last dragon as part of this 3-part series. Where you saw in my 2 previous videos, I went ahead and did the Stormbringer in my first one. I went ahead and did the Green Ninja's Mech Dragon, and today we'll be going ahead and building our last dragon, which is the Lightning Dragon Battle, which is set number 2521. Now for this specific dragon, I originally was going to do a 2-part series, but just as I was filming my last video last week, I received a dragon in the mail as part of the Ninjago theme line, and it was perfect timing, so I thought let's make it a 3-part series. But the difference between this dragon is that this dragon here is not brand new in box. I was actually able to purchase it via Bricklink, and from what I know is that this product in brand new condition in box does retail for about $150 upwards, and I was actually able to get it for a very good price. So I'm super excited to add this to my collection and can't wait to review and let you know my thoughts on it. So it arrived and it came in 2 Ziploc bags, so I can't wait to do a build and then let you know. So without any further ado, let's just go right into the build and I'll let you know my thoughts on it. Let's go. All right, so I'm excited to get this started. Let's begin the countdown. 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, so I finally finished building the epic Lightning Dragon Battle, and I have to say, I like it. I actually do, and there is something that I also want to add to it as well. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and first start off with the minifigures, of course, and then from there we'll work our way to the dragon. So, starting off with the minifigures, we have here, of course, Master Wu. Master Wu, of course, is someone that I've always wanted to add to my collection, and I officially added him as of last week in assembling and building the Green Ninja Mech Dragon set. So I'm happy to have a second version of Master Wu, and in this one specifically, he does have a different outfit, so happy to add it to my collection, so super happy with that. We also have, as part of the collection, of course, the little evil villains, of course. We have here the bone skeleton evil character. Very cool looking, definitely a little bit more chunkier in the face compared to the other minifigures, of course, but I love the detail to it, especially his little outfit that he has going on here with the armory. Then, of course, with this set as well, we have another evil villain, and this evil villain I put here inside of the actual flying helicopter. I'll go ahead and take him out so you can see yourself. And here we go. So you can see here is another villain. He has a little bit more armory on him as well. He has a helmet and he has a weapon, but very cool looking as well. I am happy to add this specific villain to my collection as well. But to go on to the last minifigure that's included in this one, it is of course the Blue Ninja. As you can see here in the front, I'll go ahead and pop him out of the seat here. But here we are. So as you can see, we have the Blue Ninja here. Very cool in full attire. And of course in the back you have his weapon that you can put there, but very cool looking Blue Ninja. So those are all the characters that actually come with this specific set. So again, we have 4 minifigures in total. We have 2 villains, and we also have 2 good guys. So we have Wu, Blue Ninja, and 2 skeleton villains. So very cool, very happy with this, good detail. So let's move on to the main pieces of this specific set. So here we actually have the helicopter, which looks pretty cool to me. Now with this guy here, it's actually a pretty good size if you take a look. And what I really like about the feature of this specific helicopter is a couple of different things. So number one, I love that, first of all, there's a chainsaw on the back of this specific helicopter, which makes it look just as evil, which is great. And if you look at the detail in the front, it kind of has the face of a skeleton, which is very cool as well too. And the missiles at the top, I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look up close and if I turn them towards your direction, let's see if I can get this angle over here, they are actually little skull faces, which are rockets. They shoot out, which this actually can come out and you can shoot out, which is very cool. And then you have little detail on the back, such as, for example, the engine having fire coming through the back. You have like the spikes, for example, around to make it look more like a skeleton helicopter, but an evil one. So I really like that. Very cool looking as well. This here probably took me a good, I say 20-25 minutes to build. Didn't take that long, but you know what? I like the detail of it coming together. Something really cool about this is it actually has this little feature here. Now I wanted to show it to you. So originally this here has a, I guess it's like a spike type of capture mechanism here that falls down, and you can actually pulley it down to actually fall down, which is cool. And at the top here, you can go ahead and adjust it through the side of the helicopter so that you can pulley it back up. So that's a pretty cool play feature that if you're trying to capture something from down below, you kind of pulley it down, grab it, and simply just go ahead and bring it back into the helicopter. So very cool feature. Oh my gosh, falling apart at the seams here. But I love the helicopter. I think it's a very cool little detail. I think it's a fairly good size. So overall, I really enjoyed putting this helicopter together, and I think the aesthetic looks very cool. But we're here to really do a review on the dragon, as this is the final part of the series to finalize my LEGO Ninjago Dragon series. And here we are, we have the lightning dragon. Now I'm a little bit taken back because I didn't expect it for it to be so big. The wings actually take a good portion of it, and if you look at the size of it, it's actually fairly big. From my understanding, since I recently got into Ninjago, this specific set, this specific dragon was the biggest dragon out of all the dragon sets. Up until most recently, of course, we have the unborn, or sorry, the firstborn is what I meant to say. But this is actually to scale a bigger dragon from from older Ninjago models of dragons, of course. So this here is actually a fairly good size. So it kind of reminds me of the size of the firstborn, but looking at all the features here, if you can see that, you know, starting from the head, let's go ahead and do it that way and move our way back. I love the detail to it, especially when it comes to specifically all the studs all around. Similar to the mech dragon where you have the green glass studs, this one has the light baby blue studs all around. You have a combination of the black, the grays, the blue blue different hues, which I do like. That goes all throughout the dragon. And what I really enjoy about it is the flexibility. Now, if you look at the tail, you can see that the tail here doesn't have the swinging mechanism that newer dragons do have, but there is flexibility up and down, but nothing more than that. You can't move it left or right, so I think that's a little bit of a downfall there. In terms of the actual feet as well, if I were to compare it to, for example, to the firstborn, the feet are just as is. I wish it would be nice to add a little bit of the claw features that you can put each single claw in individually. I think that would elevate this a little bit more for sure. And even looking at the face, I know the face is exactly on point with the actual series itself. So I do appreciate that. I don't think there's anything negative about that at all. And the wings, I think the wings really make it for me. The fact that they really stretch out. Now, what I will say, I don't have anything in terms of anything really to criticize on it, because I know that this model is true to the actual series. So this would actually be a replica of what you see on the series itself. In terms of functionality, I just wish it had a little bit more flexibility. And what I mean by that is, with the tail, for example, that would be kind of cool. With the center and the core, it kind of only moves left and right, and that's it. You can't really move it up and down, and if you do, it'll pretty much snap off. So I wish there was more flexibility there. The wings, however, do have a lot of flexibility. You can go up and down, you can bring the wings in, you can bring them out. So I think that's a fairly cool feature, and I really like all the spikes, and I like the signage coming out through it, and I love the harpoons that are on it. So I like all that detail there specifically. A really cool detail that this actually comes with is you can actually shoot out these little balls out of the mouth, which is fairly cool, and then they can go flying out. So they do come out and you can put them back in. So very cool feature as well that it has. So if I were to give this a rating, I'd probably give this a rating out of 4 out of 5 stars. And the only reason I say that is because of flexibility. I think for myself, if I wanted to pose this dragon like I do have my other dragons, for example, in my back display of my YouTube, when I do record, I think this would be kind of cool if I could, flex it in a way so I can pose it in a way. But really the only way you can actually pose this is straight, and the wings either up or down, and the face looking left or right. So for me, in terms of playing with this toy or posing this toy, I just wish it had more flexibility. I think if this is just a dragon to pose as in flying, absolutely, but in terms of posing, not so much. So if I were to give it that rating, 4 stars again, flexibility, wish there was more. I know this is an older model for sure, but overall I still think it's more closer to the 5. Still 4 out of 5 stars is still fairly good for me. I think this is going to be a great piece to add to my collection, and I'm looking forward to adding it to what I have right now. So leave in the comments down below. I'd love to know, do you own the Lightning Dragon? Do you have this specific set? Do you agree with the flexibility? And moving forward in 2021, are you still interested in buying more dragons from the Ninjago theme line? I'd love to know down below. Alright, so this brings me to the end of my LEGO Ninjago Dragon series. I hope all of you had just as much fun as I did in building this amazing dragon. And again, your support means everything. So if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Your support means everything. So please make sure to like my video. Please make sure to leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and lastly, in case you don't miss my videos in the next coming weeks, you already know, turn on the notification button down below. Thank you so much again, and I will see all of you next week. Until then, bye!